Good morning, cyber traders. Happy Friday, everybody. Let me get a little chat back. How's everybody doing? Good morning to you, JJ. Good to see you, Dave. Everyone. Fran, Mike, Raul. Good to see you. Keith, Kathy. Oh my God, there's so many of you now. Say hi. It's awesome. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. And let me tell you, it's been so far a great October. I told you this back in September that most of the money that we make is, and the best time to trade is when we do most of our make most of our money is September, October, November, and it looks like it's exactly doing what it's doing. You know, over the summertime we had a couple of we didn't have lists like we have at this time. We had like one or two good movers, but we're having now 3, 4 of them. I mean, think about it. If you go back to the videos and you go back and go and look at some of the morning meetings events that we've done, and you start watching them for 5 minutes here and there and see what I talked about, you'll see exactly what I meant by that. You have to capitalize it. And by the way, don't worry if you missed them. Listen, you're doing this for the rest of your life. All right, don't even worry about it. This is the greatest job in the world, and the thing is, just be patient. Now, a couple of things I just want to cover. I'm going to talk about some trades that we did yesterday. I do want to talk about the Mankind trade because this was my biggest winner yesterday. And let me tell you, it was a scary trade that I did. Now, we did phase 3, lesson 4. Now, remember, for all the students that are out there that were in class with me, that last lesson that I've done, it was kind of slow, the phase 3. But what happened, we got to the last lesson, and we talked about how to hold going into the close. Mankind traded that more like it, more the middle of the day. Now, I'm bringing it up because I chased the stock. I know a lot of you guys got it probably better than me. I was actually, teaching a student, and you could see what happened here, that I end up chasing the stock all the way to 513. And one thing that I just want to point out, if you go back and review where I spent a lot of time talking about on Friday about the stock that kept breaking higher highs, Mankind did exactly that. And, one thing you learn is how did you know how to hold on to it? And because let me tell you, it had one nasty shake. This shake right there was nasty. Okay, and I hate, and you know what's so funny? How many of us hate being in a shake? It's like, but that's when you have to own it. That's when you have to own it. And I was watching the thing start all the way at 480 when it broke that resistance. I ended up chasing it all the way at 513. And I'm like, oh my God, here I am in a shake. And it was just, and look, and within a minute, I was like risking 14 cents, 17 cents. Now, I had 3,000 shares of it. I was going to go a little bit heavier than that because I chased it. I didn't want to go as many shares. And then I got shaken out. I sold like 1,200 shares of it. Because I saw it starting to break out. I'm like, I got to hold it. And then sure enough, boom, it did that pop. Held it for another shake, did another pop. And then it made that really big pop. And then I got out right here at the bottom when it didn't break a higher high. So anyway, to learn something, the reason I'm spending a little time on the Mankind is because if you guys go and review the phase 3, lesson 3, and this only applies to gold students and platinum students, you're going to learn a lot. Because sometimes it's hard to teach it in class and to actually things to come to fruition, and that's why you need to be in 2 separate rooms. You got the trading room and you got the teaching room. And the teaching room is going to prepare you to trade stocks like Mankind, and that's why a lot of you did very, very well and made a lot of money in that stock. All right. Now, also, so that was a big winner yesterday, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it for today and see how it works out. I'm going to put Mankind on my list because they had that FDA approval, and that was the reason why. And there's actually another one I know one of you just mentioned, the XXII. I'm going to check that up. But let's go talk about some of the other ones that we traded also yesterday. For some of you that missed them, or how we traded them, the CDNA trade, that one also had a really nice pop. It went from $5. You could see it went all the way to almost 650. Had that really nice pop right out of the gate at 930. The only thing I didn't like about the CDNA, you could see it had some nasty shakes. That was the only thing I was a little concerned about it. And then the HMNY, listen, I told you about this, guys, about 3 days ago. It's a hard stock to day trade, but it's been working phenomenal on the swing trade. We're killing it on the swing trade on the stock. I mean, guys, we were just trading the other day at $8 when I said, you know what, this looks like a good swing trade, breaking higher highs, and and you get these big run-ups. So this stock is doing very, very well, and it's still continued doing well. But once again, it's not a day trading. It's a very dangerous day trading stock. You gotta swing trade this one, and remember. We talked about this in class. Whatever you do as a day trade, you do 10 times less as a swing trade. All right? Now, what else is moving in the market? Let's do some shopping. Let's go through our big percentage gainers. SNCR, that took a huge hit, went from like $10 up to 17, back down to 10. Now it's filling in the gap. Stock had some great news after hours, went from 10.50 to 13.50. It's going to probably be a little bit on the volatile side, so we'll keep an eye on that. But it's got great volume, great volatility, great tier sizes, which is what we're looking for. All right, that's the biggest percentage gainer. Next one, we go from 22% down to 11%, unfortunately, but that's okay. KTOV up 10%. Not a crazy pre-market right now, and she is testing some resistance levels, which you could see that's where it kind of tested it this morning and backed right off. If it does break this 225, this pharmaceutical stock, then we'll jump into it. What else do we have? CAPR has a nice little push, good volume, has some good spikes. It's coming back a little bit. I don't know if I'm too crazy about it. Listen, there's a lot of profit taking going on. Let's see if it breaks this $3, and then we'll consider it. So this is going to be on the second protocol list. All right, so far, not bad. AVEO looks more like a swing trade. Good volume, good volatility. Mankind, I put that already in the list. HMNY, we already have that on a list. So listen, remember what I told you in class too. You got to be a good day trader to be a good swing trader. All right, and all that stuff's working out. Plug is doing pretty decent. Level 1 stock for a lot of you that are not really big traders. ITEK on the big losers list. No shocker because the thing went from $1 to $3.50. All right. So nothing more there that really impresses me on the losers list. So we'll hop over here to New York. XXII. Great, 500,000 shares that are trading pre-market, breaking higher highs on a swing trade. I mean, look at that gorgeous chart. Exactly what we're looking for. All right, this is all an ETF. We all know about how to trade ETFs, so there's no reason to talk about any of those. And then on the losers list, once again, all ETFs. Now, listen, guys, unfortunately, I know we talked a little bit about it last week. The biggest catastrophe in U.S. history here. We had a psychopath out of just heartless, try to kill so many innocent people. Well, I knew this was going to happen, and remember, by being a student, unfortunately, catastrophes make for opportunities. And, now you have to see the Congress is getting involved. Now they're talking about certain regulations, stuff like that. So that is going to affect certain stocks. Okay, now the big thing is now they're thinking about banning that recall thing for automatic weapons. How do you do that? I don't know if there's a public company out there, but let me tell you, if there is, it's only, there's opportunities out there for certain stocks. So, listen, supply and demand, fear and greed. I always told you this before. Obama was the best salesperson for Smith & Wesson. And once Trump got elected, Smith & Wesson wasn't or Ruger was not in threat of people losing their Second Amendment rights. So what happened? Those stocks tanked. All right, so you got to look at these things. So if you want, unfortunately, you're like, why would anybody consider that? Listen, it's profits, it's supply, it's demand. So once again, just keep your eyes and ears open. We worry about finding drugs that's saving people's lives. Never thought we could actually trade the stock and profit from it. Listen, 9/11 was a big catastrophe. Woke up in the morning, down 2,000 points, came back, a week later, and was one of the best days I ever had. These are things you got to look at. So, once again, if there's something that gets banned, it might crush a stock. It might be a great short, So you got to always keep your eyes and ears open. Remember, you're traders, ladies and gentlemen, and these big news do affect everything. So just keep an eye on that. What is the symbol? I forgot the symbol. Anybody who can tell me what was the symbol again? It was Smith & Wesson. I forgot. It was what is it again? I totally drew a blank. Was it SW? AOC? Not a, no, that's another stock you're probably bringing up. SWM? No, it's not. Is it? No, SWM is not Smith & Wesson, is it? SWM? You think it's changed? All right, well, we got to keep an eye. SWM and AOBC? Okay. What is AOBC? What stock is that? We'll keep an eye on that one also. AOBC. Yeah, Smith & Wesson is SWHC. That's what it was. Oh, so they did change it. Okay. It used to be, so they changed it. Okay. AOBC. American Outfitters Brands and Cooper. All right, we'll keep an eye on them. We'll keep an eye on them. Like I told you, unfortunately these things, you know. But what does AOBC make? Is they the ones that are? Does anybody know? What do they make? Why are we looking at this stock? Is that what they're talking about? The firearms? Okay. Do they make the recall thing or something like that? That's all over the news because it's like everywhere and they're looking to ban it, and you know they make that bump. Is that what that? Yeah, that bump thing they're talking about. It's a family friendly name of Smith & Wesson. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a way to kind of deceive people, I guess, right, Dana? All right, so listen, this is why we're here, guys. Let's try to keep an eye on them, put them on our watch list. You know, we see things start upticking, we know where to look. All right. Recall struggle bumps. CAPR. Yeah, yep, it's that one's going up too, and we got that on the watch list, so we'll keep an eye on that one too. All right, guys, listen, we got about 15 minutes before the market opens up. Please keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I know we have a lot of new members. Thanks for coming and supporting CTU students. You guys did a great job yesterday. A lot more people signed up ever, and I know a lot of people usually start on Monday. But if you did start early, everybody, make sure you talk to the education advisor because, you know, obviously the most important thing is you need to know what's going on. Just please keep in mind, this is not a teaching room. This is a trading room. If you want to learn and what we're doing, talk to the education advisor, and I'll tell you a little bit more how we could teach you how to do it. Just sit back and enjoy the ride and just sit and see how everyone trades. Thanks, everyone. Good luck, and let's make some money. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.